So further we have a class called glide user at the client side. So to get the user details on the client scripts, basically while we are doing client scripting, okay. So writing a client script, and if we need to do any validation based on some user related data, then there is a class called glide user. Okay.
Okay.
So glide user class basically gives you all the details for user. Let's say if you want like if what is the first name of user, if the first name of user is xyz, then you want to do further something. Okay, so this class basically gives you all the data for user. So if you will type g underscore user dot first name, like it will give you the user's first name. Then there is similar last name, user ID. So on the client side, if you want to get the logged in user's ID, then you have to put like g underscore user dot user ID. However, similar thing if you were doing on the server side, you were using
Mm-hmm.
gs dot
Mm.
get user ID. So both are
Okay.
different. Then there was a function on the client side, sorry, server side, for checking the role, has role. That was gs dot has role. If user is having so and so role, then do further thing. However, on the client side, you have to use this as g underscore user dot has role. Okay.
Okay.
So both are similar. What we studies there, it's just they are different class. So there it was getting used with gs, and here it was getting used with g underscore user, and bit of syntax difference. The logic and all the things are same. If you want to check if the user is admin, and then make this particular field mandatory, so now you are on client side, then if you have to use g underscore user has role. However, if you are doing the same thing client server side, then you have to use gs dot has role.
Okay.
There is one more class which we use on the client side, that is glide ajax. Okay. Till now we were talking about client separately and server separately, server side scripting and client side scripting. Now in many scenarios, we have to get some, we have to do some server side scripting, and then based on that do something in client side. Okay, so
Yeah.
in that case, in on the client script we cannot write server side script codes, server side classes we cannot use on the client side now, but we have to use the server side function somewhere to do that operation. So in that case, we make use of this glide ajax class. So what this glide ajax class does is it calls a script include, and in script include you can do the server side coding. In script include you can use all the server side scripts. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
Now what you do is you call that script include using this class, and that script include returns a particular value whatever you are returning. So basically there are two methods in this particular class, get xml and get xml wait. Okay. Get xml is basically when you call from server, sorry, when you call from client, basically client script, Then get XML is an asynchronous call. Asynchronous means client script has called the server script and it allows you to fill the form further. And once the server does it processing, it returns some value. In that case, we define callback and that callback function processes that value. In getXML wait, when you use getXML wait in your script, it doesn't allow you to basically fill the form further. It freezes the form. So it basically calls the server and it waits till server return the response. So getXML wait is
Okay.
a synchronous call. So there are two different method and then there is their syntax. So in getXML, you need to define callback to process the response. Okay. So it is like here you can call this. So this particular code will go into your client script basically. So like we were initiating the glad record class, similarly you can initiate this glad ajax class. So where GA, this is a normal variable. Then new glad ajax validate comment, this is the name of your script include. Then ga dot add param, sys param name is uh, inside script include you have functions. So you have to pass the function name and then whatever value you are sending to the server side, and then get xml, this particular function, and this callback is the callback function, and here we are defining the callback function, and this particular line will process the get the response from the server, and further there you can do any operations based on what responses you are receiving. So the comments server is returning and then we are trimming those comment, and here if we are saying like if comments are not empty, then alert that you please enter your comments, sorry, if comments are empty, please enter your comments before submitting. If comments are not empty, then basically the set destroy the glad dialog window and set the comments in the comment field. Then get xml wait is something in that we don't need to put the callback function, it directly return the answer at the same time.